What's good, YouTube? Zeramus555 here, and yeah, looking all spiffy here. Sorry I haven't seen you guys in like a week. Just been busy. I know that's my excuse every time, but you guys know what time of year it is. Merry Christmas, Merry belated Christmas. I know I haven't said that, and I'm sorry I didn't put up a video. I really wanted to on Christmas Day. There's just family here, and I just didn't really get around to it. Yes, I know some of you are going to comment that I need a haircut. I totally agree. I totally need a haircut. And yes, I actually need to shave too. I'm looking pretty scruffy. But anyways, without further ado, I'm going to be doing a deck profile of Inzektors. Took apart the Chaos Agents. They were fun, but I just decided that Inzektors is probably one of the best decks this format. I was testing with it on Dueling Network, and I was just wrecking face with it. So, I mean, really good deck. Anyways, I hope you guys all had a fantastic Christmas season. Mine was okay, I guess. I ended up getting a job at Walmart, and I hate it. That's the nicest way to put it. I wasn't working. I was supposed to work Boxing Day, but I was so stressed out about working about it that I got like this terrible migraine, and I ended up just calling in sick. And then today I just called in sick again because I just decided I'm not gonna work there anymore. I'm just gonna quit. But I'm waiting for them to call me back, so I don't know what's going on. Anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna get on with the deck profile. I want you guys to comment down below what you got for Christmas, if anything cool happened. So one cool experience you had with your Christmas Day or Boxing Days. I'm sure Boxing Day was pretty nutty for lots of you. I ended up staying home, playing it safe, so I didn't really have any interesting experiences. Started playing the Walking Dead game, though. It's pretty incredible. But yeah, without further ado, let's get things started. So starting things off with the monsters, we got one Dark Arm Dragon. He's your main boss monster. You can drop this guy very consistently with this deck because you have a lot of graveyard control. It's called Haunteds, and just the fact that Inzektors will bring back a Dark from the grave. So very good card. Next up, obviously, is your 3 Centipede. This guy is the heart of the deck. I would probably not run the deck if he was at 1. It's funny because when I first started playing this deck, I was like, oh, why isn't Dragonfly at 3 and Centipede's at 1? Because, you know, if you go Dragonfly special, you get 1 Centipede, and after that, you really don't have anything good left to grab except for, say, Ladybug. So then I realized I was completely wrong. If you could protect this guy and you can get at least 2 searches off of him, set up your combos, you probably won. And then usually any game you get a Hornet, you win. I went on Dueling Network and I was testing this, and I was like 19 and 1 or something. I lost 1 match, and I think it was against Mermails, of course, because they're one of the best decks right now. But this deck's got a really good matchup against everything in the meta, and I really like it. 1 Dragonfly, not gonna say anything about that. And then obviously we got 3 Ladybug. Very good card as well. You can always summon it, and if you got Hornet in the grave, excuse me, it's at least a +1. And if not, you can equip Giga-Mantis to it and make it a nice 2400 beater. Then of course the MVP of the deck is Hornet. This guy is broken. Even with just 1 still in the game, the fact that we have Leviair, if it gets banished, you just bring it back, you win. It's so good. I recommend 2 Leviair actually an extra deck for this deck because I have actually won several games with that second Leviair when they banished the Hornet a second time. And the last of the Inzektor lineup is Giga-Mantis. Next up, we got 2 Tour Guide. I'm not going to say a whole lot about that, but I am running Night Assailant now. I'm just testing it out. It's my 41st card. I might end up just taking it out. I just find a lot of the times I'll go like, I'll draw 2 Tour Guides or something, and I only have the Sangan in the deck, and you're like, well, I got a dead Tour Guide in my hand. So that's kind of nice to have the extra card, and this guy's actually really good as well. Like, he puts in quite a bit of work. I set him, like, I was playing heroes, and I set him against heroes, and they thought it was like a set Hornet or Ladybug, and he like attacks with Shiny, and it flips up and misses timing, of course. So cool little things like that. People just don't expect it in Inzektors. They think they know the standard lineup, but they don't. 2 card Trooper staple. I'm running 3 called Haunteds. And some people don't like this card. I find them kiting it out or putting it down to 1 because they don't like the mills. I think you got to run 2. I mean, just the chance of you milling those good cards in the grave, setting up your Call the Haunted, and the fact he can crash with Thunder King, which is still a popular card, and he gets around Bottomless, etc., so very good. And last but not least, I am running the 4 Hand Traps, 2 Veiler, 2 Maxx. Originally, I was just running 2 Maxx's in here and a Gores, but I decided the 2 Veilers were too good not to run. I need to protect my Inzektors against cards like Caius. It's good against Deep Sea Diva, etc. And then Maxx, even though I'm not running Gores or Treg, people don't know that. They're going to think if you're running Maxx, you're running Gores or Treg, so it still scares them. Very rarely they're going to go for that OTK unless they're feeling really ballsy. So the Maxx's just gives you that extra draw power. Still going to test it out. We'll see how I like it, but I just love Maxx right now. So that's the monsters. It's actually 20 monsters. I was originally 19, so that's a bigger lineup than it was before. We got 2 of the Inzektor Sword Zektcaliber, excuse me. 2 Pot of Duality, just adds consistency. I'm still running the 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. I think you gotta run 3, even though there's that scare that you might be running, like, I don't know, against Chaos Dragons or something. Chaos Dragons are like, they're not really being played anymore. And the thing is, you can always MST your own cards, and it's really, really good. 1 Heavy Storm Staple, 1 Foolish Burial, and Monster Reborn Dark Hole. I'm not running Lance, and I'm not running Book of Moon. I just find Book of Moon is not necessary for this deck. And I do really like Lance in here, but I mean, I'm running a different card instead, which I'll talk about, and I've been testing it, and I actually really like it. So we got 3 Call the Haunted. This card's really, really good. I've seen some builds running 2, like Peter Gross and stuff. I guess that's just a meta call, or it's just a, you know, preference in general, but I think you need to run 3, because this card just wins games. You summon Dragonfly, they're like, oh crap, warning, and you're just like, alright, or they go Judgment, which is even better, and it happens a lot. You flip up your call, grab back your Dragonfly, and a lot of times people will quit or they'll scoop, so it's really, really good. Now here's my new card I'm running, 2 Safe Zones. What I decided to do was cut out the Solemn Judgment. Was I running Solemn Judgment? No, sorry, the 2nd Threatening Roar. And the Lance. I'm going to test out 2 of these babies, and they tested really, really well. I like this because I can put it on anything. It just gives me a nice wall if I need to set up. It's kind of like a Spirit Reaper, and I can also chain it to MST. Like, I pretty much have 5 chainable back rows in this, or 6, sorry, including Threatening Roar. Sorry, I got 8, I guess if you count the compulsories as well. So lots of chainable cards, which is very, very good. And the fact that, like, if you can protect, like, I like Lance because you could, like, protect against Bottomless, and you can use it that turn I summon. But that's really not a big deal. I can always just set this and wait a turn or something, which is good. The reason that this is so incredible is the fact that basically, if I can protect Centipede or Dragonfly for more than 1 turn, I win. Like, that's how good this card is. And like I said, you can also use it passive-aggressive. So aggressively, I can, you know, the MST, I can target their attack position monster, and it blows up. I've actually won games as well where I brought out Dark Arm Dragon, popped a couple cards, stacked for 28. They specialed Gores, and I'm like, okay, I set the safe zone. He draws, he goes into his battle phase, attempts to crash in the Dark Arm. I flip up the safe zone, his Gores dies, and the guy scooped because he had no outs to the Dark Arm. I still had a bunch of stuff in the graveyard to pop his card, so he couldn't set anything. And he pretty much just lost. It was like he didn't have MST or Storm to stop it. And a lot of people right now are only running like, excuse me, 2 MSTs. So, I mean, 2 MST Storm. So, I mean, basically what happens is they end up hoping they draw 1 of 3 cards in their 40-card deck. It's not always going to happen, guys. And a lot of times as well, like that late in the game, they're probably already blind MST'd and wasted them. So Safe Zone is just really, really good, and I like it a lot. I'm also running 2 Compulsory, like I said. I don't like Bottomless in here. I just don't like Bottomless in general right now. I think it's a very good card against like Chaos Dragons, but honestly, I'd rather side deck it if I'm that worried about Chaos Dragons. They are a little dominant on my locals, so I usually like siding, like I said, 2, but Compulse is just so good. It's chainable. I can chain it onto my cards and bounce them back, which is excellent. And it's just a really, really good card. It's good versus good, you know, Synchros, and Stardust is surprisingly kind of making a comeback. 2 Warnings, no Judgment. I do not like Judgment in here. I was testing it and just paying that 4K when I don't have like Gores and Drag and stuff. It's just way too sketchy. I'd rather side deck it if anything. Even that sounds kind of weird. And I'm just running 1 Threatening Roar for now. What I might do is I might cut something out and run a second one. If I don't like the safe zones, I'll probably take them out for a 2nd Threatening Roar and Lance again. But right now I'm really liking the safe zone. So 1 Threatening Roar is just good. I think 3 is way too many unless you're playing like triple card D or something. And I think 2 is just even, sometimes it's too much. You open up with 2, you're just like, oh, this is like mega minuses. It pretty much does the exact same thing Safe Zone does, but Safe Zone is just a lot more effective, I find. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. It's 41 cards. Hopefully you guys enjoy the deck profile. And if you've watched the video all the way to the end by now, I'm also going to say that I have a special videos coming up for you guys. There's going to be 2 of them. It's completely different from what I'm usually doing on my channel. I'm going to have it up, hopefully, one of them up later tonight for you guys, and the other one hopefully by tomorrow. So anyways, without further ado, you guys have a fantastic... I say that way too much, don't I? Without further ado. I gotta come up with a new saying. If it ain't pro, it's got to go. Deuces. That one's taken. Hey guys, it's MCool40 here. And Yeah, I just want to. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm being a bully. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and once again, I hope you guys all had a fantastic Christmas and hopefully Boxing Day. Boxing Day usually sucks though. And talk to you guys all later. Peace.